The Grand Meridian Hotel stood proudly against the Seattle skyline. Its marble walls shined in the afternoon sunlight, and the crystal chandeliers inside showed the luxury that made it one of the most famous hotels on the West Coast. I had driven past this hotel many times over the years. I had watched it transform from an old building into a beautiful place admired by everyone. On that day, I walked through its large doors wearing a simple navy blue dress that I had bought on sale 3 years earlier. I wore comfortable flat shoes and carried no expensive purse or jewelry. To everyone who saw me, I looked exactly like what my family believed I was, a struggling older sister who had never become successful. The hotel lobby was busy with wedding preparations. White roses decorated every corner, and their sweet smell mixed with the hotel's soft signature fragrance. A group of musicians practiced near the grand staircase while employees moved around carefully, making sure everything looked perfect. I quickly noticed my relatives. Their expensive clothes and confident voices made it clear they were part of the Henderson wedding. My mother's family had always cared deeply about appearances. They judged success by expensive homes, luxury cars, and exotic vacations. Eleanor, my cousin Patricia, called out as she noticed me. Her eyes widened in surprise. "What are you doing here?" Before I could answer, another voice interrupted. "Well, look who decided to crash my wedding." My younger sister Victoria walked down the staircase wearing her beautiful white wedding dress. She knew how to make everyone look at her. Behind her were her maid of honor Stephanie and several bridesmaids. "She can't even afford a room in this hotel," Victoria announced loudly so everyone could hear. I didn't invite her for a reason. The relatives slowly gathered around us, excited by the drama. My Aunt Margaret arrived with Uncle Gerald. A moment later, my mother walked over with her usual expression of disappointment. "Victoria, don't let her ruin your special day," my mother said. "Security can remove her." "Already taking care of it," Victoria replied, pointing toward the front desk. "Someone please remove this woman. She's not on the guest list." A security guard began walking toward us. The musicians stopped playing. Even the hotel workers paused to watch. I knew she would do something like this. Aunt Margaret said, "She has always been jealous of Victoria." I stood quietly, while my family formed their familiar circle around me. Victoria was the center of attention. My mother defended her. My aunt and uncle supported her. The others simply followed. "Do you know how embarrassing this is?" Victoria asked me. "This is the Grand Meridian, the most exclusive hotel in Seattle. My wedding is going to be featured in magazines. And you show up dressed like that." She looked at my simple clothes with disgust. "I waited 3 years to book this venue. And you think you can just walk in here?" "Victoria." She raised her hand and stopped me. "I don't want your excuses. You never supported my relationship with Marcus. You didn't come to my engagement party, my bridal shower, or my bachelorette trip. I wasn't invited to any of those events," I said softly, "because you would have ruined the atmosphere." Victoria replied, "Do you know how difficult it is to explain to people that my older sister lives in a tiny apartment and works some strange job nobody understands?" "It is embarrassing." My mother stepped between us. Double quotes Eleanor, "Please leave. Do not make a scene." "I'm not the one making a scene," I answered calmly. "There she goes again," Aunt Margaret said, always needing the final word. Just like her father, the mention of my father brought back old memories. He had passed away 8 years earlier. My mother's family had always considered him unsuccessful because he was quiet and never showed off his achievements. They never understood that he spent his life carefully building valuable real estate investments. At that moment, the security guard reached us. "Mom, I will have to ask you to leave the hotel." "Under whose authority?" I asked calmly. "Mine," Victoria answered immediately. "I am the bride." "And you are trespassing." The guard looked uncomfortable. "If you are not a guest or connected to the event, I have to ask you to leave." "She is definitely not on any list," my mother said. "Please take her out through a back entrance. We do not need anyone seeing this." I remained completely calm. After years of being ignored and judged, Moments like this no longer surprised me. The saddest part was that my family was completely certain they knew who I was, a poor woman, a failure, someone who did not belong in places like this. They had no idea they were standing inside a building that belonged to me.